home, Mom? I have a surprise here. Always teachers like to surprise. So, servus. Servus is the way we say hello in the region I'm coming from, and maybe some of you have heard about Transylvania. I'm a teacher in Romania, and I'm very passionate about seeing the spark in the eyes of the children, trying to learn, to find out who they are, and to go out in the world and explore it. Because you were standing for quite a few times, I would like to ask you to have an exercise. So please stand up. And please change your seat with the person next to you. If you don't have somebody, please change your seat. Okay, now that you change your seat, please sit down. Because you are already seated, please stand up and go back to your place. You may think, what this lady wants? She came from Romania to disturb me? It is about awareness. How aware were you when it was the last time when you were aware of your thoughts and your emotions? When I asked you to stand up, oh, that's easy. I can do something and it's fun. When I asked you to change the seats, how many of you had uncomfortable thoughts? Can you raise your hands? How many of you thought, oh, I don't want, it's not for me? Okay. How many of you felt comfortable when you came back to your place? Please raise your hands. I know. Why I did this exercise? I did it because this is very close to my own story. Sitting in a comfortable seat, in my comfortable zone. 25 years ago, I was a teacher in the high school, teaching students technology and design. And I liked teaching. I was there every day for my students, but I always knew it, that it's something else there. I didn't know what, because the times at that moment were very challenging. I went to one of the first seminars in our country about teaching methods, new way to teach. And after that seminar, I had that aha moment. I knew it. It is something more there. And I want to be part of that one. So I changed my seat. I get out from my comfortable job where I could get retired and start my own school to fulfill my dream. Like that, Happy Kids was born. I didn't know at that time how my decision will influence the way I will be in the next years, my family, and the people around me. That Happy Kids grew today in an elite school, international school, with more than 700 students. And because of that change seat, we touched the life of thousands of people. But how I could get there, what made me to get there. It was that aha moment when it didn't leave me to sleep anymore. It was the moment when my husband stepped next to me and he said, "I'm here. We can do your idea." It was a crazy idea at that time, to kick out the kids from the bedroom and open a school in our tiny apartment. But with what? We had nothing at that time. So then I looked at myself and I said, I still have me. What out of me can make this happen? And I knew it two things. I knew it that I like teaching, and I knew it that I like to sew, to be good with a thread and needle. So I started to do little stuffed animals, and with the money I got, $100, I opened the school. But what kept me going on? It was the vision. It was the vision. They were these eyes. The eyes of a student who trusts himself, who learns from the life, to discover his passion, be committed, and go in the world to make a difference. These eyes were the ones that kept me alive. All these years, I was thinking, what was my journey? What were the lessons I have to learn in order to be here today? And I realized that every time I went through these 4 words, I managed to succeed and learn from my failures and stand up again and go. It started all with awareness. Awareness of the self, of who we are, of the strengths we have. It starts with awareness. And then we recognize deep inside us our strengths. We commit to actions and we wait for transformation to appear. This word, it's a very dear word for myself, because arat in Romanian means till your land. I don't know how it's in your language, but in my language it's till your land. This story brought me back to awareness and to who we are every day. And also, awareness is the first thing. It made you stood up and recognized that changing your place. For some of you it's easy, for some of us it's not comfortable. But what makes awareness? What gives awareness? Where it starts? We all have a very simple tool, which we carry every single moment since we were born. 10 seconds after we were born, we started to breathe. And our breath will be with us until the last moment. How aware are of this? When we start to breathe consciously, we will learn about ourselves. When we were children, our breath was from our stomach. When we grow up, the breath moved here, and it was faster and faster, until we start to have pressure, stress, many thoughts. When we learn to breathe consciously, we learn to release our pressure and to look at the good side and the positive stress and not the negative one. What are things we can do to be aware. Our minds are like the glitter in a snowball. We are so many sometimes that we are overwhelmed. A lot of time we look from our fears, which comes from our past, and we see the worries in the future. But when we leave the jar to settle, we start to see clear, and we bring in our life peace of mind. How can you bring in your mind peace of life, peace of mind when you are so busy doing things, focusing for exams, thinking that you will get a job or you will not? Going in a train, do I get my place or not? Am I in time there? We can do on different ways. We can enjoy a cup of coffee or tea with friends or alone, looking through the window, taking our own time. Or what I do, I walk and get back all my energy. For this reason, I was thinking that it's the moment to start for Arad my kit. Like that, I brought with me the sneakers. I never leave them at home. The first piece in my kit. Let's think about something else. When you go deeper and you know what you want and what you need, you are aware of your thoughts and your emotions. You start to understand better who you are. You interview. You become aware of your thoughts, which you know and which you never know. Our thoughts cannot exist outside of our awareness. It depends on us to make them become alive. But what happened? A lot of time, we try to find our way. We are sometimes in darkness. We look on what we don't have in order to look on what we have. That is the moment when I use my flashlight. The flashlight is the one who turns inside and sees the things you have, your strengths. They are always there. And when you see clear, you can go and take the right decisions. So, I brought my flashlight. We recognize who we are and try to commit to these actions. This is the moment when we start to commit. This is the moment when we learn to commit, to go on and never, never quit. What I did? How do you feel in your box? I felt wonderful. I had the limitations, the walls. I could do whatever I could do in my own box, but I couldn't grow. I couldn't go and explore the world. And trust me, it's a wonderful world outside there. You just have to take the courage to step out. How many of you would like to try? Nobody? You feel comfortable in your chairs? Do you want me to do again the chairs change? I ask you again, how many of you would like to step out of your comfort zone? Okay, there are more hands. We can imagine that you are overwhelmed and you have exams, you have job, you have family, and everything is on you. When we talk about resilience, we talk about bouncing back from adversity. When I talk about resilience, I talk about bouncing forward. You are already to drown. Your powers are ended. There is something there which will help you catch the life buoy and save you and yours and create a great, great journey. Bounce forward. But what do we say most of the time? We don't have the time. So like that, I brought a clock for you which has an extra hand. Your time. Remember, you have a budget of 24 hours. No more. But your hand is there. So the kit starts to be complete. Still, we have the transformation. And I would like each of you now to look under your desk or on your right place to find your seat. Under your desk or on the right part of the seat, please. Did you find? Did you find your seat? I invite all of you to create the possibility to plant your seeds with awareness, recognition, and commit to actions. And the beautiful plants, they will come out. They will be there with you. Because each of us, we have our own journey, like the seed to transform in a plant. We are a collection of wonderful emotions and thoughts, which makes who we are. Depends on you to start your journey, to form your own kit, and find your strengths, bounce forward, and achieve your vision. Because it is there, inside of you, and is waiting. And remember, the light at the end of the tunnel is there all the time. When you can't see it, close your eyes and look for it. And go back to your pot. Because you will see your seeds shining under the sun. Thank you.